Squid Game only has one winner, but everyone knows way more people deserve to walk out alive. From the secretly pregnant MVP to the most evil duo in TV history, today I'm going over every player who should have won Squid Game, starting with the most slept-on badass in the game, Hyunju. She's a trans woman, an ex-soldier, and apparently a jeggy-kicking demigod sent straight from Mount Olympus. While most players in Squid Game are flailing around, praying not to get folded by the next kids game, Hyunju is over here flipping stones, coaching her squad, and, oh yeah, secretly pregnant. You heard that right. She's breezing through games that break grown men, while carrying another human inside her. By episode 5, her team's vibe is less cutthroat and more group project with snacks. And somehow it works. Hyunju helps them survive every round by being competent, calm, and weirdly serene. Like if Goku worked in social services. And when it comes to Jeggy, she asks everyone to look away. Modesty? Maybe. Or maybe it's because she's about to pull off something too powerful for the male gaze. But the real reason she deserves to win goes deeper than skills. When the vote happens, and half the players are melting down over 70 million won, like it's going to fix their broken lives, Hyunju votes to stay. Not out of greed, but because she's trying to finish transitioning, leave Korea and build a life in Thailand. Somewhere she won't be treated like a freak. Her goal isn't revenge or riches, it's survival. She doesn't want luxury, she just wants to exist, to be seen. And in a game designed to crush people like her, the fact that she fought this hard, with more grace and grit than anyone else, yeah, she didn't just deserve to win. She deserved the entire damn prize pot. Jungbae. If Hyunju was the team's soul, Jungbae was the backbone. You probably remember him as the older factory worker. The one with the dad jokes, righteous speeches, and that permanently furrowed brow, like he's been stuck in a labor strike since birth. But the reason he deserves to win goes way deeper than just being a likable boomer. Jungbae is the only character in the entire second season who consistently tries to lift everyone up, even when it costs him. We see it early in the group games. He's not just competing, he's coaching. While others panic, he keeps Daeho calm, helps Junhee push through stress, and reassures Gihun like a middle school teacher, trying not to cry during the parent-teacher night. He even drops baseball metaphors mid-deathmatch because of course he does. That's who he is. But his best moment? That vote. The one after Game 2. He's the one rallying the group to stay together. He says, victory at all costs. Not like a psycho, but like someone who actually believes everyone can win, if they stick together. Which, in Squid Game logic, is basically showing up to a gunfight with a group hug. Then the twist hits. He votes to continue. Why? Because debt collectors are harassing his ex-wife and kid. Man's trying to protect a broken family from real-world threats, while dodging bullets in a death game. And even though the guilt wrecks him immediately, he doesn't flinch. He just doubles down, helping everyone survive the next round. Jungbae didn't have the sharpest reflexes or the cleanest past, but he had what no one else did. A plan to win as a team, which, let's be honest, is the most delusional thing anyone's ever tried in Squid Game. But God did he try. Minyo. Okay, listen. Minyo probably didn't technically deserve to win, but spiritually, emotionally, narratively, she earned that prize money just for the entertainment value she brought. If Squid Game handed out awards for most likely to cause a riot just by existing, this woman would be undefeated. From her very first scene, Minyo is doing too much. And that's the point. She's loud, erratic, emotionally manipulative, and also kinda brilliant. She clings to Deoksu like he's the last roach in a nuclear bunker, then immediately threatens to take him down if he screws her over. Foreshadowing? Oh yeah, somehow she survives half the games without anyone fully understanding how. Like, does she have a strategy? Is she just winging it? Is this 4D chess or full-blown chaos? We never find out, and that's exactly why she rules. Every moment she's on screen feels like a coin flip between weirdly moving and absolutely unhinged. But her masterpiece? The glass bridge. Deoksu freezes, won't move. Minyo strolls up behind him like it's her show now. She gives him that iconic line, "We said we'd stick together to the end," then wraps her arms around him and drags both of them into the void like a petty, glitter-covered Valkyrie. It's not just a power move, it's a mic drop. It's revenge, it's theater. It's totally uncalled for, and somehow perfect. That's why she deserved to win. Not because she was noble or skilled, but because she understood the assignment. Minyo played Squid Game like it was a reality show, and she went out like she was claiming the crown. If this game had a Chaos Prize, she earned every one. Junhee. Let's talk about Junhee. Quiet, kind, barely takes up space, and somehow ends up being the emotional grenade that goes off in the middle of the season. You probably remember her as the one who asked people not to look while she played Jeggy, and at first, that just seems like nerves or modesty. But later, we find out the truth. She's pregnant. as in actively playing life or death games while growing a child. The stakes weren't just high for her, they were insane. And yet, she never complains, never lashes out, never breaks down. While the other players are cracking under pressure, she holds the line with this quiet strength that almost makes you forget she's even there. But the real gut punch is how needed she becomes. In the Jeggy game, her kick is the one that gets them through. In every group moment, she listens, supports, contributes. And it's not just about survival, Junhee is building bonds. These aren't just teammates to her, they're protection, family, lifelines, and she never asks for anything in return, which is what makes it so much worse when everything falls apart. When the dorm massacre starts and the game descends into paranoia, Junhee doesn't get a heroic moment. She doesn't betray anyone. She doesn't even get a chance. She's taken hostage alongside Gi-hun, used as leverage, and dragged into a scene she had no part in. She doesn't deserve to be there. She doesn't deserve to be punished. And she definitely doesn't deserve what comes next, which we'll talk about later. But the point is this: Junhee never had a plan. She just had hope. And in a game like this, that might be the most tragic thing of all. Dae-ho. Now here's the thing about Dae-ho. The dude is built like a tank and plays like one too. He's exactly the kind of person you want on your team in Squid Game. Physically strong, emotionally stable, at first, and shockingly selfless. We first see it in the early team trials. He's constantly encouraging others, never hogging the spotlight, and even redirects praise when he nails his tasks. It's giving quiet MVP energy. But he really shines during the group Jeggy challenge. While everyone else is struggling just to survive, Daeho's out here cheering people on like a gym coach in a K-drama. He even calls Gi-hun brother like they've known each other for years. The bond he builds with Jungbae? Legit. That whole team starts to feel like the only real family in the game, which is why it hits so hard when Daeho finally breaks. During the riot plan, he's the one sent to retrieve more ammo, simple enough. But the second chaos erupts, he freezes. Not from fear of dying, but from the fear of letting people down. You can see it all over his face. That awful realization that if he fails, people he cares about could die. And what does he do? He panics. He hides. He never makes it back. But here's the thing. Unlike the cold-blooded players who kill to win, Daeho's guilt eats him alive. He's not a villain. He's human. He cracks, and he knows it. But does that mean he didn't deserve to win? Nah. He made it further than most without ever stepping on anyone. And if loyalty, empathy, and effort counted for anything in Squid Game, Daeho would have been the last man standing. Thanos and Namgyu. Alright, we can't end this without talking about these two. Thanos and Namgyu. The world's worst financial duo, the kings of petty bickering, and, against all odds, two players who, in their own absolutely ridiculous way, kind of deserve to win. Let's start with Thanos. Not his real name, but honestly, does it matter? The guy walks around like a crypto bro who got kicked out of both the military and a rap group. He spends half the season roasting people, rapping at inopportune moments, and threatening to collect debt with actual violence. But here's the twist. He's weirdly loyal, especially to Namgyu, his personal punching bag, emotional support victim, and unpaid intern all rolled into one. Namgyu, meanwhile, is every broke college kid you've ever met, except with less dignity and more outstanding loans. The dude tries to vote out, Thanos blocks him. He tries to sleep in peace. Thanos threatens to rip his mouth off. And somehow, these two make it work. Their dynamic is so chaotic it loops back around into functional. And here's where it gets wild. Deep down, they both know they're doomed. Thanos rants about freedom and payback, but you can tell, he's terrified of losing control. Namgyu acts like he's just tagging along, but he stays. Every time. They survive multiple games not because they're good at them, but because they're too stubborn to die. Do they have any morals? Absolutely not. Did they help anyone else? Also number. But did they deliver some of the funniest, most unfiltered moments in Squid Game history? Yes. And honestly, in a world this broken, maybe that's worth the win.